And finally, we want to enable new patterns of business. This is where, for example, Brett King says very well that the next generation of banking will be contextual, so that someone can access their bank account from their heads-up display on their car, or they can access their bank account on their bathroom mirror. In order for that vision of the future of finance to happen, the keychain vision needs to come true. To achieve with this last section is to bring this into concrete terms, what we do at Keychain, how we implement this broad concept of a modern blockchain architecture into our Keychain Core product and what we provide there. Just in case what you're hearing sounds familiar, some aspects of what we're talking about, like the workflow and contracts, sounds a little bit similar to, for example, like Corda, and the digital asset layer, the layer 2 things sound very similar. But there's a distinct difference between what Corda does and what Keychain does. Okay, so the distinction here is that Keychain is based, the blockchain being layer 1, we are based on a self-sovereign identity. Okay, this is censorship resistant. Anyone can define their own cryptographic identity, and therefore anyone can exchange data between themselves. Whereas a system like Corda, Corda gives out your digital identity, or actually they're part of the process of establishing identity. So in Corda, identity is centralized, and in Keychain, identity establishment is decentralized. There's no database that says this is Goldman Sachs' digital identity on the blockchain. There's nothing like that within Keychain. So what we have implemented is a modern blockchain architecture solution accelerator, so that we give this to the community, our partners, our clients, and they can then build the applications that they want to build on top of this solution accelerator. It comes in the form of a native libraries that we deploy to basically every major platform. You can think of Windows, Android, iPhone, everything. And we support a huge range of devices, from an Amazon server to a PC, to mobile phone, to smartwatch, and down to very small IoT. And so this entire range of devices, all of these can participate in every layer that I spoke to earlier, whether it's cybersecurity, workflows, and digital assets. In principle, and for the most part, mostly, we are blockchain agnostic, although our current implementation of our system, which is the version 2.0, works primarily on Bitcoin-like blockchains. These are blockchains that are based on a UTXO model, a mining model, but we are also looking into other blockchain systems that we also want to support, provided that they maintain the level of security that we need. And we are conformant with international standards. So NIST, BSI, CryptoRec, eCrypt, these are Europe, Japan, Germany, United States, international cryptographic standards. So any client that uses our core platform, out of the box gets this compliance with these international standards, and that's a very important box to check. Okay, so to drive home the point here, so with Keychain, we do this 3-layer approach: digital identity on the blockchain, data provenance, which is off blockchain, and this is where the client library, where the client library lives. It exists on the devices, like here on the mobile phone or a smartwatch. And then there is a layer that can implement contracts and assets. And then we give that to our clients, and they can build whatever application they want to build on top of that. So that's the core product. Okay. Our vision is that we have a world where we can secure any data on any device, anywhere in the world, allowing these three pillars of modern blockchain architecture: data provenance, data security, workflows, contracts, and digital assets on as many devices as possible in the world. We want to scale to billions of devices. And the key here is that our goal is to reduce risk, the operational risk of cybersecurity hacks, reduce cost of reconciling data and knowing what state your transaction is. We want to streamline these business workflows with this, what you see is what I see, Byzantine agreement type of process. And finally, we want to enable new patterns of business. This is where, for example, Brett King says very well that the next generation of banking will be contextual, so that someone can access their bank account from their heads-up display on their car, or they can access their bank account on their bathroom mirror. In order for that vision of the future of finance to happen, the keychain vision needs to come true, and this is what we want to enable.